Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, one of boxing's, guys out there that's pretty good in boxing, kind of known in boxing, would be like Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez has two pretty significant wins, so that keeps him relevant. And these wins will be against Vasily Lomachenko, because people say Vasily Lomachenko because of his amateur background is one of the best they've seen. And he was able to defeat Vasily Lomachenko at 135 pounds. Then his win against Josh Taylor, even though I got my little question marks on that, but Josh Taylor was undisputed at 140 pounds. Josh Taylor, though, had very bad issues making 140 pounds. He wanted to go up to 147, but for Teo, he stayed down, and he, was lethargic, and Teo was able to take that win. So those are his most significant wins. Teofimo Lopez is somebody who stays in the mix with all of the things, antics outside of the ring, which most people in boxing understand. These things he said, about fighters of color and stuff like that. We don't have to get into it. Just keep it in the ring right now. Teofimo Lopez has, I told you, he calls out people that are not in his division because he knows he can't really get them. He's not going to get these fights. Now, one name I talked about yesterday and nobody liked the video because I was talking about Jaron Boots Ennis and the fact that everybody was saying how Jaron Boots Ennis now has avoided Virgil Ortiz. But when Virgil Ortiz was avoiding him in the same weight class, we didn't have all these articles. Or the fact that Boots Ennis is in the division now where none of the champions will fight him. And we're not talking about those champions. We're just talking about Boots Ennis avoiding Ortiz, even though Ortiz is a weight class higher. Go figure. But Boots Ennis, I think we can all agree, is a pretty good fighter, right? Teofimo Lopez is coming out saying he would like to fight Boots Ennis at 147 pounds. Be careful what you wish for, because that's where we are now. Bob Arum, the promoter of Teofimo Lopez, is calling his bluff. Bob Arum is about sick of Teofimo Lopez. That's just my feeling. And he's going to call his bluff, and they're going to try to make the fight. I'm telling you, Teo ain't showing up. Listen, Teofimo Lopez, to me, and just watching, has no business thinking about no damn Boots Ennis. Teofimo Lopez, if you guys would just be honest with yourselves and go watch these fights, Teofimo Lopez did not beat Jermaine Ortiz. He has a Jermaine Ortiz issue. I think Jermaine Ortiz beats him if they fight again, and he beat him the first time. Sandor Martin is the same. Sandor Martin will beat him again if they fight again, because he already did. We just watched these two guys beat Teofimo Lopez, and those two guys are in obscurity somewhere, right? They beat him already. Who else? George Kambosos. They lost to everybody. I beat George Kambosos up the other day in sparring. Kambosos, he'll probably beat his ass again. We should fight him. Those are the fights and the level he should be on until he proves that. He ain't supposed to, just I barely beat these guys or basically didn't beat these guys, and now I'm supposed to be fighting somebody like Jaron Boots Ennis. Man, ain't nobody buying that fight. Y'all better fight for free somewhere. Nobody thinks that Teofimo Lopez is capable of beating no Jaron Boots Ennis. He's not talented enough. He has to prove it, right? Just the talking and those 2 wins you got, that's it. And 1.5 wins as far as I'm concerned. It's no, Teofimo Lopez really versus Boots Ennis. Who you got, right? If you got Teofimo Lopez, holla at your boy, because we'll bet that, right? With Teofimo Lopez, Jermaine Ortiz versus Teofimo Lopez, I got Jermaine Ortiz easily. Sandor Martin, too. So that's what he needs to be doing. Another thing, while I'm just mentioning it, I heard about Adrian Broner, somewhere in a bar drunk, and that's going to be his retirement. Too bad he was in a bar drunk. A lot of times, man, these brothers, man, I'm not a Adrian Broner fan by no stretch of the imagination. You guys know how I am about those fighters that are always antics outside of the ring, and I always say whatever. And who is it? Tyson Fury, Amir Khan, Adrian Broner. Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, those kind of fighters. Too much stuff happening on outside of the ring, so I don't really pay attention to them. I can't really talk to you guys too much about them, like Teo today. That's not gonna happen. So much, you know what I mean? But Adrian Broner, even though I don't, I'm not a fan of his, never was. I encourage you guys to turn your TV down and watch Broner versus Pacquiao. And just watch it. Just see what you come up with. I'm not gonna say nothing. Just see what you come up with. Because if you watch it on loud, Pacquiao could do anything, right? And the crowd is going crazy. Just turn it down and watch it. And this guy has to leave the ring like got beat like almost every round, they say. You turn the fight down and watch how Broner, how he performed in that fight. Straight right hands, check hooks when Pacquiao acted funny. I just think you need to watch it with no sound and just see what you come up with yourself. You don't probably have to tell nobody, but for yourself, you will see what I'm talking about. So, things like that, you have to go, and that's probably why he's somewhere sitting down drunk somewhere, But anyway, back to the point. Teofimo Lopez, he's got called now from his own promoter, Bob Arum, who is going to try to make Lopez versus Jaron Boots Ennis. And, I hope it happened. Here's the deal. Prediction. For some damn reason, from Teofimo Lopez, that fight ain't going to happen. It's just like, let me just call names. Hopefully nobody say nothing back. Boots done said something back. Let's see if that's going to happen now. I don't believe it. But if it does, I got Boots. And you know what? So do you. Doma Sports Talk. Worldwide. Hey, fight Ortiz, Martin, or Kambosos. And I'm up out of here.